Hi again, everybody. This video is sponsored by contribution from Stephanie, and this is a follow-up to a previous story of hers. Hi, Ollie. This is Karma. Unexpectedly, my narc emailed this apology to me. I'd love to get your opinion on it. It opened up a whole whack of awful feelings and completely blindsided me. I did reply back, and it was reactive and full of emotion. Probably not a good idea to break no contact. I also launched a website to warn anyone that comes in contact with them should they Google his name, robertbobknox.com. ROBERTBOBNKNOX.com. And I'll post the link in the description box. Subject: to say sorry is not enough. Stephanie, I know that you have no desire to receive this email, and I have struggled with deciding to write this to you, as I have a general feeling you will just dismiss and think of this as bullshit or just words that don't have meaning. But I'm going to write anyways because I have a better understanding of what created this person in me and why I was behaving the way I did. This was not meant for you to forgive me, to erase any pain that I created, or to excuse what was done. I have from the night you, Daniela Marquetta, got to expose all, done a tremendous amount of reflection, soul searching, and trying to understand why I was able to do what I did, and more importantly, make sure that I don't repeat or continue this behavior. When I met you, I was struggling with myself and my situation of having gone through a divorce, being in a country basically alone and building a business all at the same time. I had created in me this desire or feeling that I could not be with another Czech woman, and for this, meeting you offered such an opportunity. Someone that could potentially allow me to move back to America, someone that I maybe needed because of what I had gone through with Iveta. But from the beginning, I did not have the pure spark. We were quite different in many ways, but we had a few areas that we were able to connect in. But I never felt the connection needed to develop what would have been a true relationship. But there were things in me that kept me from just stopping and ultimately moving on from an early stage. This was selfish of me as well as wrong of me. Now, for those of you who don't know the story, this is a guy who had like 3 different girlfriends and I think 3 different countries, and was using them all, borrowing money from all of them to support his supposed business that he was stealing money from his business partners from as well. And notice how he just puts it on, oh, well, you were a Czech woman, so I had this relation to you. Well, what about the other ones? But what I discovered over the last month was many triggers or reasons why I did not end as I should have. I discovered things in me that I could have never guessed or seen on the surface, but there are and were creating this in me. I was basically becoming someone I did not know, and myself was blind to say, bullshit, this is who he always was. Oh, he was just becoming this monster, and I didn't know how to stop it or control it. Go fuck yourself. Jesus. You notice he's vague in his descriptions of what he's doing. This is where I come to, again, the narcissist never will really allocate. He keeps it vague. So what exactly is he apologizing for? Now you know, and he knows because it's you and him. But he could turn this into anything. He could say he's apologizing for anything from this email. I discovered that during the last few years that I was afraid of being alone. As even though my whole life I felt I was fine being alone. Me being alone without a girlfriend or a partner in the USA was much different than me being alone in the Czech. I told this I took this feeling of being alone and filled it with you, Daniela Marquetta. And prior to you, three, there were, and prior to you, three, there were others. And you have, and after you three, I continued until I came to the realization that it was a behavior and a feeling that needed to be solved. I needed to learn how to be alone. I needed to learn how to be happy with just me. And when I could discover this, I could then be happy with another. But during all our time, I just filled the gaps. I juggled to assure that I was not alone, and I lied to keep all at a safe distance and allow me to continue. This was wrong. It was selfish, and it was not fair to any of you. This I discovered, but I discovered too late. So the pain was created and will exist. Really? If this was all about a fear of being alone, then why were you jipping money off of all of them? This was a money scam. This wasn't nothing to do with his relationship. He's full of shit. He's completely full of shit. Secondly, I discovered that after my divorce, but also prior, I always saw myself as the victim of financial struggles from crises in the USA, having to move to the Czech, victim of my wife having an affair, victim of a client like PMI not making our lives easy. This was probably one of the biggest reasons behind my behavior. Again, it's always somebody else's fault. I did not value women as I once did. I was not going to be hurt again. I would be the one that would not be the I would not be the one. I would be the one that would not be the victim. But after many months and reading an amazing book, I came to the realization that I was not the victim. I played an important role in all the things that created this in me. Iveta did not just wake up one day and say, I will have an affair. I created this in many small ways over 14 years, but I never saw these. I only saw the end result and who performed the action. Our time was me taking back this control and assuring that I was not the victim again. That I would not be the one being hurt. I wish I could have seen this earlier for all involved, but I did not. I was wrong to see it the way I did. And this is something that will live with me forever and will not be forgotten. But it is something that I will have to come to peace with, and I am committed to not repeating. But the thing I regret most with regards to you revolves around your willingness to help me in a time of need that I abused. Prior to July, I had all intentions to break it off with you completely. I was ready to cut the rope and move forward, but you presented me with hope around your landlord and his potential interest in investing in Vergla. Something that I also recognized was wrong to mix personal and professional. Yet he did it with all three, right? It's always been about the money. So instead of cutting the rope, I just held on to the rope, but never too tight. When this did not happen with your landlord, we, Vergla, were at a desperate time with regards to PMI. I knew this, and when you put the offer out, I took knowing I would not change my feelings for you. But more, it would solve a problem, and a problem that I would quickly be able to remedy. And then I could cut the rope was my thought. So you helped, problem solved. You went off to Canada, and I thought upon your return I would be able to repay, cut the rope, and feel like it was a business decision and move forward. This did not happen, and the days, weeks, and months went by. I found ways to keep you at bay. Try to move on with my life with Marquetta, but the skeletons existed, and I did not manage. And I did not manage from your side or from Marquetta's side to bring them out, but instead kept you just far enough away to get resolved before ultimately pushing all the way away. I should have never accepted the loan. If I did accept the loan, I should have been upfront and clear what it really meant to me. It was a business transaction and not a transaction on a relationship. I should have given you this information, and I did not. We have a good, we have made a good large portion, and will make good on the rest in working on this every day to resolve, but it does not change the fact or damage that of what I did create. I'm not writing you to ask for your forgiveness. I'm not writing you this to excuse my behavior. I am not writing you this to clear my conscience and feel good about what I did. I am writing this to try to heal all involved and allow forward movement in life. I am not proud of my actions. I am not proud of my lies. And most of all, I am not proud that I have created so much pain in your heart. Nobody deserves such pain, and I really regret that I was such a selfish and manipulating asshole who was only thinking of my needs, and it is unfair and it is inexcusable. I would have preferred to be able to speak to you in person around this, but don't think that would be possible. First step, and maybe will never be possible, but nonetheless wanted to just share with you and apologize for what I did. I am truly sorry. I am truly aware of what I did and what I need to change in me. But I am also at peace now and trying to build a better me going forward. Hope all is well. And if you would please be open to talk, or on my next visit to Prague, maybe a coffee to discuss face to face, maybe bring closure to the past and allow movement forward. I am open to this, but I understand if this is not needed or wanted from your side. Kindest regards, Bob. Well, Bob, you're a dick. You know, Stephanie, you didn't need his apology or his acknowledgement. You caught him red-handed and exposed him to the other two women and caught him at dinner, brought him out to dinner, if my memory serves me correctly, where you called him on this shit. All he's doing here is admitting the stuff that was already proven to him by the three of you. And if all this emotion shit was true, we took money from all three of you and his business partner. You don't need, and this is exactly what he says it is to make himself feel better, probably to help himself financially again, maybe suck you back in, give you some false hope. Why bother you now? Makes no sense, and you should not have responded to it. You should have just deleted it. Because you don't need his apology. You already know everything. You already proved it. So why engage a narcissist for some kind of apology or an explanation when you already have the answers and you don't need one? You're only opening yourself up to be triggered and new wounds. Yeah, the curiosity will get to you. And even if you read it, there was no reason to respond to it. None. You already knew all of this shit. And he's still making excuses of this hurt little boy. Look, get the fuck out of here. What a crock of shit. I understand why you replied to him and probably what you said to him, but it wasn't worth it. I'm sure now you probably wish you hadn't. So I hope that helps. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you for your story. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, or a narcissist you'd like to expose, you know what to do with the PayPal and my email links in the description box. And remember, when you do send me your story, please put at the top of the email whether it's with or without contribution and what name you'd like to go by. This is Ollie Matthews. Thanks for watching. See you all again soon. Bye.